Hi, this is Chanel again, and I'd like to welcome you back to my channel for this video. This time around, I would like to show you my business planner setup. To start off, I decided to go with the Martha Stewart ring bound, not ring bound, but disc bound system. I originally had the Staples Arc system with the black discs, but I liked this one better. It had the band on it, which I like, and it's a lot sturdier. It's not leather, but it's pretty sturdy, and it's nice. And I like the color too. It's nice and neutral, very business-like. So let's get started. So to start off, the first page of my planner, there is a laminated weekly plan sheet. So basically, and this I didn't make myself. A lot of the inserts you'll see in here are from Printable Possibilities. They have a YouTube, not YouTube, but an Etsy shop, and I like it. It came down to two shops. I'll post both of the shops below, but this one had a little bit more color. The other one I was gonna possibly choose was a black, and it was like a black gray shade, but I wanted a little color without being too overwhelmed, so that's why I went with these inserts. And these are downloadable. So on your weekly plan, you have a to-do, what to make, supplies to buy, to remember, and then the days of the week. So if you have specific tasks for the days of the week, is there for you to use. Sorry for that little break there. I realized I had some information that I needed to cover up. The next thing I want to show you is actually an insert that I made for myself. Is basically, let's see if I can zoom in. It's basically a stats. Let me just zoom out. That's not going to work. I'll just lift this up. So it's basically a stat sheet. So basically, you have your months on the left-hand side, and at the top, I'll just pull it out, I guess. So you have your months, and then along the top, you have your views, favorites, orders, and revenue. So yeah, I just covered up a few things. And then there's 2 rows per month. So at the top row, it's the actual stats, and then at the bottom, it's a little bit more details on like the item that was the most popular, or whatever you want. I'll stick that back in there. Second thing, or the next thing, is I have a month on 2 pages layout. This particular design is actually, I sell these in my store, but only in the A5 size. I made a bigger version for my business planner setup, 8 by 11. And so what I basically use for these is to basically record any credit cards due for the business, my days off from my 9 to 5, where I can spend time with orders or designing things. So it just lets me know what day I have off that month. And that's about it. yeah, so, and this goes all the way through December. Next up, I have a month-to-month to-do setup. So as you can see here, I have April, May, March, April, May, June, July, and what these sheets are just specific to-dos. These inserts are the Arc brand from Staples. They're fairly cheap. I think you can get like a pack of maybe 30. I want to say a pack of 30 for about $6 or $7. So not that expensive. I believe, I don't know if they sell these tabs anymore, but Avery, I think these are Avery month sticky tabs. But anyway, the ARC system also have these planning sheets. As you can see, this says 2014. I dug up an old ARC planner that I had, and these sheets were in there, and I figured I can just cross out 2014 and put 2016. So, reuse some things. This is a social media calendar or tracker. This comes with that that set from Printable Possibilities that I mentioned before. I don't really use it because I'm so busy. I just, whenever I remember to, I just post something on YouTube or Instagram. So I just have it in each month in case I feel like I have nothing to do in my life and fill that out. So next up, I have my expenses section. I'm gonna skip a bunch of pages because there is information in here that I do not wish to share. So this sheet I made myself. Again, I make these for A5 and sell them for A5 in my store. But I made a special 8x11 size for my planner. And so basically, whatever account, so my checking account, the initial balance, the date, and then I just keep track of everything from there. These bookmarks I make too by myself. They're pretty. Next up, another sheet that comes with those inserts that I bought from Etsy. It's a monthly expense log. So my personal expense sheet, I detail everything. So income, everything that I spent or whatever. This sheet I use for purely expenses. So it's just kind of to tally up what I've spent for the month. So basically I transfer stuff from here over to here, so I just have a grand total on this sheet of expenses. Next up is product inventory. So it's pretty self-explanatory. I haven't filled this out yet just because I've been kind of lazy. But basically, you have your item, how much it costs to make, how much of that product you have, and what you sell it for. And then you subtract your retail price from the cost to make, and basically that's what your total is, or your profit for that particular item. So more product inventory. That's okay. Next up, oops, I skipped a sheet. Okay, so supply inventory. Again, self-explanatory. You know, whatever you have. I have a lot of transparency paper, a lot of laminating paper. Again, I haven't filled this out. I'm kind of lazy about it. I have a ton of paper. And so I probably won't end up using this at all. It's kind of, everything's kind of in my head in terms of how much each item costs to use and whatnot. But someone may find this useful if they have, you know, like limited quantities of things that they need to keep track of. So I don't have that problem. Okay. Next up is the monthly sales log. Now, this one, I have it in my business folder, but I really don't use it. If you have an Etsy store, you actually, it's kind of generated for you. So you can download a spreadsheet for whatever month, and it basically contains your order numbers, addresses, how much they paid in shipping, blah, 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 blah. But I just have it in here. It's kind of, it's just a placeholder. If I feel like using it. Next up, monthly totals. So this is basically an overview of everything you've done for the month. So basically all your income, and then your expenses, supplies, shipping, things like that, overhead costs. So you total it up, you know, subtract expenses from income, and then you get your profit. And don't forget those taxes. Very important. So next up, these are inserts I created for myself. They're basically my YouTube planning sheets. So basically, you have your topic, your shoot date, and then content, whatever links you want to add to the video description, and some main points that you would want to go over. Your time goal, actual time, what day you edited, and what day you uploaded it. Pretty straightforward, and it helps to keep me from blabbing on and going off topic, and trying to keep these videos kind of short and sweet and to the point. So, that's about it for my business planner. I have a couple of folders back here. Nothing really to see. This folder is from the ARC planning system. This one came with the Martha Stewart planner. And this one, it's a top-loading clear folder that I keep receipts in. I made this myself. Let me show you what I used. I can find it. And I found it. So I used these Avery 9x12 vinyl envelopes, and they fit perfectly in here. So all you do is basically, you don't have to trim it down or anything. Well, actually, yeah, you have to trim it down at the top a little bit. But from there, all you have to do is punch it on the sides and you're good to go. And then I had a hole puncher, so I punched a half moon in it. Put it in my planner. Outside of that, this is basically my setup. Oh, I guess I have another folder back here. It's just a zip folder. I keep shipping receipts in this one, and I keep expenses in the top loading. Kind of separate them out. So yeah, so that's about it. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention: when you buy the Martha Stewart planner 8x11, it'll come with 1/2-inch rings. As you can see, mine is pretty stuffed, and so I opted for the 1-inch rings. So you do have to buy those separately. Well, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I hope that you got some organization ideas from this, and and it serves as it's useful to you. What I want to do is, if enough people like this video and subscribe to my channel, and if you specifically request it, I will post a link to those YouTube setup pages. I will offer those for free. So if you leave a comment requesting that form, and if enough people request it, then I will post a link in the comment box, and anyone has access to it. So that is my gift to you for watching my video and clicking on my video. Again, if you liked my video, please click the like button, and I hope to see you soon.